Hey guys, welcome back to Arry the Stag. TR Tony here, sat in a very cold garage on a Saturday, minus whatever last night, flipping cold, but nevertheless we're looking forward to summer just around the corner, he says confidently, after spring. Anyway, welcome back. Hope you had a really good week wherever you are, and that you're all staying safe wherever you are in the world. Trying times we know, but we're all getting through it together, and hopefully Arry the Stag brings a little bit of brightness into your life on a weekend. So today I'm just going to circle back to the Triumph 2500S that we bought a few weeks ago that you'll remember. It is still languishing down at Alan's garage somewhere near to his workshop, all safe and sound whilst he works on UNY 49M. And incidentally, I'll put up a couple of pics of UNY 49M as I'm talking, because although we can't physically go down there, he has actually given us some updates on what he's been doing with the body tub and starting to go yellow, which is what it's intended to do. So really pleased about that. But this week, we're going to look at 2500S and what we've been up to. And I found a really good guy called Lloyd over in Wales, and I'll show you his website in just a second. But basically, he specialises in Triumph 2000 and 2500S panels, and his passion is to make sure that he keeps these cars on the road, because as we know, many of them have gone off to banger races over the year. They made really good banger cars many years back, which is such a shame. So there's not too many on the road, simply because of rust as well, and misuse over the years. And I also learned some statistics from Peter Robinson the other day from Stag Owners Club, who showed me some numbers that basically meant the enormous numbers of Triumphs that were built, 2500s and 2000s, have been rapidly reduced to not very many left at all compared to the Stag. It's really, really interesting, but maybe I'll show you that later on. So what I want to do today, we had a massive delivery during the week, which luckily I was in when the guy turned up. Boxes and boxes piled up on my porch. We spent a few £100, but nevertheless, I just want to walk you through all the panels that we've got from Lloyd, and we will be taking down to Alan once lockdown's out the way. But let me just go over the other side of the garage and I'll talk you through what we've bought. This then was the pile of boxes that appeared at our front door the other day, as I just mentioned, and long, short and tall, all a variety of cardboard boxes. And as you can see, I think it was well worthwhile getting some deliveries to our house on that. I'll open the boxes in just a sec just to show you what's inside. Meanwhile, if I flash across the garage outside, we have royally messed up here. And out here, you can probably just see there is a boot lid, which on the face of it looks like a really good acquisition. I was chuffed to bits. We bought this from a well-known auction site, and yes, it's got a little bit of rust and muck and rubbish on it, but actually it's only surface rust, as you can see, and we were well chuffed. I brought this all the way back down from Liverpool via courier in the week, and it arrived at our door separately to the rest of it. So that was that. For those of you that are very observant, you'll know that we bought a Mark II Triumph 2500S, not a Mark I, and therein is the clue, because in fact the Mark I boot is this one. The Mark II is literally just a flat panel that finishes here, so that's just thrown a few spanners in the works. So we'll be reselling this one again this week probably. So if there's anybody out there who would like a up together boot lid with the chrome trim on the back, then they are more than welcome. Just get in touch. But anyway, there we are, the best laid plans of mice and men, and we have actually ordered another one, the right one, so that's on its way. So hopefully we're getting that this week. Right then, so this is one of the first parcels that came, a very flat packed looking pack, and if I whip it out inside, you'll very quickly see we have here a very nice floor pan. I think it's pretty original. It certainly seems very well made, nice and strong, with all these flutes in here. Just says trim edges to suit, so just some instructions there for Alan. We'll get to that. That's a nice solid piece of metal, and obviously in a pair there in the wrapper, so we can use both going forward when we get these down to Alan after lockdown. But that looks a nice tidy bit of metal that I'm sure will weld in really nicely, because the one in the 2500S, well, both of them actually were a little bit rusty to say the least, and one was almost making it look like a Fred Flintstone car. You could actually almost put your feet through the floor to push it along. So that's the first one. The next one looks to be quite a big box actually. It was a different size box entirely, and these are the panels that go on the back of the front wheel arch. If you imagine, these are kind of there to try and replace any rust that may have happened on the bulkhead. So it's kind of bulkhead repair panel. Not quite sure which way it goes up actually. I guess it's that way, some way, but either way it'll fit in nicely to make sure that we keep that good looking car back on the road and nice and tidy. So we've got two of those, obviously near side and offside. We even had some complimentary tape included, so we're very grateful to Lloyd for that. But okay, so this one's a near side that's still in the box, so the other one must be the offside I just showed you. Happy days. So I've come back inside now because it is so blinking cold. My hands are beginning to freeze, but I just thought I'd show you this one. Might just take it outdoors so you can see it more clearly. Is the rear valance, which again is a lovely finished, planished part. Let's just take it outdoors. You can see what I'm doing, and there we go. So that's look how well finished that is. Just mind a few things on the floor, but that's top work, isn't it? Proper work, and I think it's been well engineered and well built. So I think these are quality panels we're getting here, and again once more on the 2500S, that was rusted away. So obviously these brackets here, holes here for the bumper at the back, but no, a nice little bit of finished metal there that I'm sure will go in the car really well. And once more returning indoors, here we have the front valance. This goes obviously at the front of the car. Unlike Christmas, it's a bit of a fiddle getting it out of the box. I'll have to put them all back in again to make sure they're safe, obviously, by just walking out here, so you can again see it in the light. And yeah, very, very tidy indeed. So that's a good front valance panel. Obviously the wings come away here and the other side, so that will keep us, or keep Alan, busy for a little while, I suspect. But another good quality part that will go on the car in due course once we get UNY back. Nice. And then finally the last couple of pieces here are the in fact, these are the inner sills off the inner sides of the 2500S. That's the near side one. They're quite flexible as you'd expect, but again, good metal to go into the car in due course. But really pleased with all of that. Just got to get down to Alan now when we're clear of lockdown. Right, well, there you go. A set of 2500 panels and a incorrect boot lid for the 2500, and yeah, excited. It's going to look really good when it gets back on the car. Top job. And before I finished, I just thought I'd review Tony Edgeworth's Triumph 2500S. It's a 1976 car, which, as you can see, is in Inca Yellow, which is going to be the same colour as the UNY 49M Stag is, and he too, I think, has used Lloyd over in South Wales for his parts. So just great to see such a wonderful looking car, and to know that one day our 2500S will be looking something like this. Fantastic job, Tony. Very well done. Alright guys, so hopefully that gives you a bit of an update on the latest progress with the 2500S. As I said in the video, we will be taking them down to Alan's in due course, as and when we can and when we're allowed, in fact. But I think you just appreciate just how well they've been packaged up, wrapped up. If you notice, there was lots of cardboard protection of those panels in the packaging, so I'm very impressed with how they've got to us. There's not a ding or a dent anywhere in any of the panels, so I think that's top work, and thanks to Lloyd for sending those through. Okay, so that's about it for this week, guys. Just thought I'd have a quick check-in with you, make sure everything's all right, and bring you up to date. And hope you're keeping safe wherever you are, as we said at the front end of the film. And we'll see you online on Arry the Stag very soon. All the best. Cheers for now.